And welcome back to episode 3. Not really picking up where we left off because I don't have 1992 Sidekicks. He played himself in that. It was a limited release film. I've never seen a copy of it available to me on DVD. So Hitman from 91 was where we left off last time. 92 Sidekicks would have been next. But Hellbound 1994. That's the next title that I do have to show you. There's a couple of Chucks that I don't have, but I will note them as we get to them because they're pretty much mostly here at the end. I did kind of want to mention also that 1993 was when he started doing Walker, Texas Ranger. So this Hellbound was the first film that he made while he was doing the TV show Walker, Texas Ranger, which ran 93 to 2001, and got a recent reboot from with the guy from Supernatural. I haven't seen that yet. I wasn't a huge fan of Walker, Texas Ranger. I liked Chuck, and I like his movies, but Walker I tried to watch it, and it just wasn't a great show in my opinion. Obviously, other people have a different opinion than I do of that. No booklet. And I'm glad he was successful with it, but I didn't watch it much. 95, we got Top Dog, which for quite some time I thought was the last film that he had done, but there is one more after this that I recently picked up in a multi-movie pack. But Top Dog was definitely a good film. I definitely enjoyed this. And this was right around the time where there were a lot of dog movies coming out. Turner and Hooch, Cuffs. It seems like one of the motion picture companies finds out that a film's being done by one of their competitors, and then they try to rush something like it into competition. So we see a lot of themes, over the years with vampire movies and then superhero movies and then this and that. And it's kind of funny, but Top Dog was a really good film. I did enjoy it, and it's got a nice little booklet here for us that we can look over, which is cool because we won't get all that glare like we got off of the front cover. They're licensed for action. Put a little fold in that there. But yeah, I had a chance to get the Walker, Texas Ranger box set at Costco one time, the whole run of the show, and I should have probably bought it. I was really tempted to, but it was a little more money than I wanted to spend, and like I said, just not having really been all that big a fan of the show, I didn't, and I kind of regret that. I kind of wish I had. The back of the booklet here has just got some advertising for the other Artesian Home Entertainment releases out at that time. So, moving on from 95, we got Forest Warrior in 1996. And he was still doing Walker, Texas Ranger at this time, so this is the third film that he filmed while doing the TV show. You can see I got it in an Adventure Collection pack here. 3 other action movies that do not star him. So the only one here with him in it is The Forest Warrior. And I have never seen this, because like I said, I wasn't even aware of it for a long time. And I only recently acquired this copy, maybe the last couple of years. And I just haven't found the time to get around to watching it. There's no artwork on either of the discs, and there's no booklet. So kind of funny that they left those 2 there and cut out the other 4. So I definitely want to see that one. So now in 2003 he did a film called Bells of Innocence, which also was very limited release, and I don't have a copy of that. And then in 2004 he did a cameo as himself in Dodgeball. So seems a bit odd to cover a Ben Stiller comedy here, but Chuck was in it, even if just briefly, so I wanted to include it in the video and show it. It doesn't have any pictures of him on in the booklet, or the kit disc doesn't either, so we'll cover that another day. And then in 2005, he did a film called The Cutter, which I also don't have, but I just bought yesterday off of eBay. Didn't want to wait to make the video for it to come in, but he did do a film in 2005 called The Cutter, and I'm looking forward to seeing that when it comes in the mail, probably early next week for me. And but then into 2012, which was 11 years after Walker, Texas Ranger had ended, he got talked into doing Expendables 2. And I enjoyed his role in that film. I thought he did a good job, and I really appreciated Stallone wanting to include him in the series. I thought all three of the Expendables films were great. I've heard recently that they're going to do a fourth, so that could be interesting. Stallone just keeps on going, man. He's an amazing individual. I have all the respect in the world for Sylvester Stallone. I've got a lot of his films. I doubt if I have them all, but I've got a chunk of them. And maybe someday we'll do something like this for Sylvester. But the B side of that's just the ultraviolet code, and it would be long expired, so if you did get a quick enough glimpse of that, don't bother. I didn't redeem it, but I'm sure it's expired. So that covers the films of Chuck Norris, but kind of ties in the Cannon Film Group's documentary Electric Boogaloo. It's definitely worth seeing. It's got a lot of good scenes and tells a lot of the story about how Chuck Norris and Charles Bronson, the two Chucks, were their two big driving stars of the studio. Of course, you know, there's other people that did films for him as well, and they get covered in this too. But this is a really interesting story, really well done documentary. Definitely worth checking into if you're curious or you like the films. I thought the Cannon Film Group did quite a few really good films, actually. I mean, even Sylvester Stallone did Cobra for him, and He-Man, Masters of the Universe, and Claude Van Damme. And yeah, there was a lot of great films that they gave us. And I recently picked this up, which is the Blu-ray edition of it. And it comes with their follow-up, Machete Maidens, which I have not seen yet, documentary. But I just wanted to quickly show you this as well, since I got plenty of time in this episode. Couldn't fit all of Chuck's films into 2 episodes, so we had to kind of wrap it over into a third. But not quite enough to fill the third up either. But anyways, there you have it, the films of Chuck Norris. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you take the time to watch some of these someday. Have a great day, make the best of life, be happy, and enjoy it while you can. See you again another day. Thanks for watching.